The last we have seen about turgidity and plasmolysis. We'll see the uses of turgidity. Turgidity provides rigidity to soft tissues such as the leaves. What happens? The leaf, when it is full of water, it rolls up, it opens up. When the water is being evaporated through transpiration in the sunny day, the leaf starts folding, which is called as wilting. When there is not enough water in a leaf, it starts wilting and droops off. Wilting of leaves is usually noticed during hot afternoon because transpiration takes place. In the evening, the opposite procedure takes place. When transpiration is reduced, the quantity of water is again reabsorbed through osmosis process. Where turgidity first helps to maintain the rigidity. If the leaves do not contain water, they droop off. Next, that is turgor pressure helps to push the hard ground, as in mushrooms. Over here example is being given. When the cells are full of water, seeds, not cells, seeds, when they are full of water, it starts bursting out. When they are growing, when the radicle comes out, that procedure is being explained. As it is being because of the pressure created by the contents of the contents of your seeds, it is called as turgor pressure. The roots of certain trees have been seen to crack the walls or concrete by the adjoining building, which is called as turgor pressure. Next, turgor in root cells build up root pressure. Again, an example is given of a potted plant which is well watered. Example, balsam, cut few centimeters, connected with a tubing. Over here, as from the soil, the water is absorbed by the roots through osmosis. From roots, it moves to the tip of the plant, again with the help of osmosis. This is called as conduction of water or upward flow of water. This is all because of the pressure created by the roots. Pressure over here means concentration, because inside the roots the concentration is more, while on the tip it is being less. Thus water creates tension or the stress on the roots, and because of that the water rises up. This is called as root pressure theory. Okay? That pressure is again created by turgor, because turgor again, that is nothing, condition where water is being more. So thus water moves from high concentration to lower concentration. With the example they have shown over here, when it is connected with the tubing, with the root pressure, the water is being moving from down to the upward, through which nanometer the mercury level is being shown. Next, bleeding. Bleeding is nothing, loss of water through a cut stem. When the flow is being carried out, if you cut in the between, the water comes out. This is called as bleeding. Turgor in the opening and closing of stomata. We have already studied in lower standard how stomata works out. It is because of the ions called sodium and potassium ions. Mainly K plus and H plus are being important. Turgor, as it is the condition where the water content is more, thus when it is more, the stomata opens up. When it is less, the stomata closes. In the day it is open, in the night it is closed. Next, that is turgor movement. Mimosa plant. Again, mimosa, that is touch me not plant. When you touch the leaf of this plant, it rolls up, because inside, below the leaf, it is a cushion or the swollen structure is present, which is called as pulvinus. This pulvinus is again full of water, filled of water. When you touch, the water concentration loses up, thus it droops off. That is as fold. Later on, slowly again with the process of osmosis, when it regains the water, slowly and slowly recovers the water from the nearby cells, it opens up. That example has been explained over here. Next, that is root pressure. Sorry. 6. Okay, the movement of water is being shown, the how the movement takes place. bending of this, that is with the pericycle endodermis. This is the root hairs. Through root hairs water is being absorbed. It moves first to the epidermis region, then to the cortex region which is being there, then endodermis. Inside the endodermis you have xylem and phloem, that is the conducting tissues. Xylem is responsible for water while phloem is responsible for the food conduction. This is the normal procedure. Imbibition and turgor together generate much force. Imbibition is the passive absorption of water by substances such as cellulose and starch. Now, turgor is the pressure set up inside the plants due to hydrostatic pressure on the wall on account of incoming water as a result of osmosis. The same is imbibition. Turgor pressure creates a pressure through which water is being absorbed inside. Imbibition, as concentration is less, thus water is being taken up from the outside. Thus the seeds and grains swell up when they are soaked in water. The force generated by the water absorbed is strong enough to make the seed coast burst. जब पानी absorb हो गया है तब the molecules of water creates pressure on the wall when they swell up. When it is more, then the walls break off, that is bursting. Soaked seeds when kept in fully filled closed container, it bursts with great pressure. Similarly, the food grains when they are stored, if rainy season is being that they are stored in the packed walls, again they create pressure through which they may burst out. Clear? This is all about for today. Next we'll see root pressure. Okay, wait, before that we'll see guttation. Now guttation is transpiration is loss of water through evaporation, and this is the loss of water, excessive water which is not being needed. In certain plants like tomato, grass, banana or ferns, the root pressure is high enough to force the water all the way through stem and comes out. This water appears as tiny droplets. The morning जो dew drops देखने को मिल रहे, that is guttation, excessive water.